All praises unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wabrakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth. To the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets. You women, sons, and daughters as well. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. All right. So this article is from April 6th, which right now it's currently April 6th. But this video may not be posted up till after midnight tonight, so it'll be April 7th. But the headline reads this: North Korea warns U.S. South Korea military drills escalate tension to brink of a nuclear war. North Korea on Thursday warned the United States and South Korea that their continued joint military exercises threaten security on the peninsula and could push tensions to the brink of a nuclear war. Excuse me about mispronouncing his name if so. Cho Ju-hyun, an international security analyst, said in a report, and the North Korean state-run news outlet KCNA that reckless military confrontational hysteria from the U.S. and its allies is leading the region to irreversible catastrophe. So, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is putting it in the hearts of these North Koreans and other nations as well to bring forth World War III, and it will be irreversible because ultimately this is the Lord's doing. This is his will. The U.S. kicked off different large ever joint military drills against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Simultaneously, despite the latter's repeated grave warnings, pushing the security situation of the Korean Peninsula to the brink of a nuclear war, the article states. And we understand that will be the end of Babylon, the Third World War, which will be in a fiery battle, a nuclear battle. The warning comes after the U.S. and South Korea held their largest joint military drills in the Korean Peninsula in 5 years last month, engaging in simulations and live demonstrations in the air and sea and on land. So, seeing that the U.S. and South Korea are holding drills, they're basically enticing North Korea, putting that spirit of war in the air. And eventually South Korea will be sent against the U.S. as well. See, what's going to happen is all these different countries, even allies of the U.S. right now, they're going to turn against Babylon and send nuclear missiles over to this place. Okay? North Korea responded by firing at least one missile from a submarine in the Sea of Japan. U.S. and South Korean officials have said the military drills are defensive in nature, meant to plan for any possible invasion from the north, but North Korea has said they threaten the country's security. So North Korea is not playing around. All right, North Korea is prepared and putting it out in the air. Hey, you basically enticing us. The article states that the U.S. and its allies are responsible for pushing the situation to an extremely critical phase. It said the number of U.S. troops in the area is enough to launch an all-out war, and praised North Korea for war deterrence, saying it shows the country's responsibility for and confidence in its crucial mission. And that's the end of that article. All right. So, just as the headline says, North Korea warns U.S. South Korea military drills escalate tension to brink of a nuclear war. So, U.S. is being warned. And if I'm not mistaken, South Korea is one of U.S.'s allies. But there will be a time where South Korea and other allies of the U.S. will turn against the U.S. and destroy this place. And North Korea will be one of those countries that will send off nuclear missiles to destroy Babylon the Great. All right? So why is talks of World War III in the air? Why is it becoming more intense by the days? Because it is the Lord's will. All right, I have Jeremiah 51 pulled up here. Let's read it. Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. So the Lord is going to raise up a destroying wind, being the nuclear missiles, against Babylon, and will send unto Babylon fanners that will fan her. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to raise up different nations to send more fire over here. Okay? When you fan a fire, you increase the fire. And shall empty her land, for in a day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So when the day of trouble, in the day of Babylon's trouble, okay, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to put it in the hearts of these different nations to send ICBMs over here to America. So countries like Russia, China, South America, North Korea, Arabia, Iraq, Iran, okay, and so forth, they will be sending nuclear missiles over to destroy America. Okay? Verse 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, speaking of here in Babylon, America, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Thrust through by what? Destroyed by those missiles. Because those missiles are also called swords. All right? They're also called arrows. And when those arrows get sent off, it will be likened unto people being thrusted through by arrows when those missiles detonate and explode and set fire on everything in its path. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of the Lord of hosts. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. And that's not speaking of hop on an airplane or get on a boat and leave. But you flee out of the midst of Babylon by not partaking in the wickedness that this society promotes. You separate from this world. Because the scriptures tell you that to be a friend of this world, you are an enemy of the power. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So America has spread her philosophies all throughout the earth and has inspired all these other nations to take after the ways of the West. But even within that, it has caused a lot of these nations to become mad. Let's go into that word mad. Hala says to shine figuratively of God's favor, to flash forth light, to praise, boast, be boastful, to be boastful, to praise. Going down further, it says to act madly, act like a madman. So following after the ways of Babylon has caused these nations to be as madmen. They've become drunk after the weird and awkward ways of the West. Here it is. You go to these Ammonites and these Moabites in the East, and they're wearing suits and ties, man. They're dressing like how Esau would dress here in the West. You know, you have certain men allowing their women to rule over them, following after the West, which causes chaos in the household. And on the other end of that, you have men who ain't going for that in these other countries. And they get pissed off. They get irritated. They want something to be done. They want to see America judged because they know America is the pinnacle of all this wickedness going on. Everyone's trying to be like America. So you have a lot of these different nations out here with the fantasy in their mind of burning up America. And the Lord will allow that to happen. America will be destroyed from the east all the way to the west, from the north all the way to the south. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed, so America will be totally destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. But she won't be healed because this is a irreversible situation coming. World War III is determined to happen. It's already written. It is wrote. Okay, the judgment of America is already written in the Bible. It's already set forth, and now it's being played out. So it can't be fixed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. And you have a lot of these different nations leaving America right now because they know that a third world war is in hand. So they trying to go back to their home countries. For some of these nations who are up in the know, see, a lot of people are airheads, but for certain of these nations who are in the know and who keep up on geopolitics, who keep up on the economy, who keep up on, current events such as World War III, and they mind, hey, we got to get the hell up out of here. It's over for this place. And they going back home. And it's going to increase and intensify more and more until the day comes that people won't even be able to leave the city or state that they're in because there will be military checkpoints. All right? We would have healed Babylon, speaking of America, but she is not healed because it's already wrote for America to be destroyed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. And that's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is about to bring judgment, because the judgment of America is overdue. Jeremiah 50:14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. So all these different nations with nuclear capabilities, they will be put in action to send nuclear missiles over here to the west. Okay? Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. So America's in trouble. The American military has gone soft. When you go to these other countries, all right, they're ready to take a stand. They're ready to die for their country. But you come here to America, it's one big joke. Now, I'm going to play this audio just to give you an idea of how soft the American military has become. You're going to find out most people are not in the military to stand for America, but they're in the military really for all the wrong reasons, not even considering, hey, there will be a World War III. There will also be a draft. And as soft as Americans have gotten over time, it just shows it's over for Babylon. I'll play this video here.
What made you want to join the military? They lied to you.
Why'd you join the army? Camaros. Why'd you join the army?
I thought I'd be allowed to eat in peace.
Why'd you join the army?
I hate myself.
Frost. Why'd you join the army?
I hate my life. It was going to jail or here. What made you want to join the
I
military?
just want to die.
Triple, why'd you join the army?
This gourmet food.
Hey, Cable. Hey, why'd you join the army, man?
Oh man, I did it for the merit bonus.
100%. Hell yeah. Everyone again. Why'd you join the army?
Hi, guns. Oh, I just got one question for you. You know why you joined the army?
She said for the hoes.
Are you one of them? Hey, why'd you join the army?
She said, yeah, she's one of the hoes.
Every day. Sam. Ananda, you know why you joined the army? What made you want to join the military? What made you want to join the military? Honestly,
For the
why'd you join
bitches.
the army? I don't know. Hey, why'd you join the army?
I don't know, man. I thought that was a good idea.
Hey, Bullard, why'd you join the army? Why'd you join the army?
Oh, dumb.
What made you want to join the military? Slavery. What made...
So all the reasons of why these people have joined the army are all for typically the wrong reasons. Especially seeing we are in the season of World War III. So some of the reasons you heard are they joined the army for money. They joined the army because they didn't have nothing going. They joined the army for women. They joined the army to get a certain car. None of them said they joined the army to stand for the U.S. because it's over for the U.S. That strong, bold American pride spirit is dead because America is finished. All right, we are coming to the end of our captivity. All the talks of war in the air for the reason of what? That RFID, that MOTB RFID is right around the corner because that will have to happen before war can even take place. And as much as the talks of war intensifies, you know the MOTB is right there because that is right before the war. Okay? It's over for America, man. It's over for this wicked, evil society. And as time plays out, people are going to see it more and more to where even those who try to speak against this word, they're going to be forced to acknowledge, hey, all hope is only for the elect. Because everybody else, man, they're going to be lost out here when they actually see reality smack them in the face. So all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wa Rakakwadash. Shalom.